Story time. Okay, so 2019, New Year's Eve actually. Me and my cousin going to drop her mom and niece off, and on our way back into town, it was just me, her. She's driving. I'm in the back seat, and my youngest son at the time, he was 4. I want to say 3, 4, around there. And we were riding down the street and we get into a car accident. It was a high-speed chase. Car rear-ended us, and she was driving a truck. So the whole back of her truck was smashed in. Remind you, me and my son was sitting in the back seat, the second row, and the truck was smashed into the second row. Yeah, so we got into an accident, and I turned over, I looked, my son wasn't in his seat. He had flew out of his seat onto the floor by my feet. He had flew onto the floor by my feet, and I lost it when I looked over and seen that he wasn't there. I freaked out. I finally looked down and I heard him talking, actually. Picked him up and I shook him and I'm like, Cody. And he's like, Mommy, what happened? I'm like, oh my God, thank God. So ambulance came, rushed us to the hospital, no injuries, but somebody was killed in the accident, rest his soul. But he was in the passenger of the car that was being chased, sadly. So boom, get to the hospital, and they're doing all these. I wake up and they're standing over me doing all these tests, and they're like, "Oh well, you need to, get checked by your primary doctor because you have a couple swollen lymph nodes." And I'm like, swollen? I didn't even know what it was. I'm like, swollen lymph nodes? Yeah, okay, whatever. And she was like, no, seriously, she's like, you might want to get it checked. It could be cancer. So I'm like, okay. So I go to the doctor on a Friday. I went and got seen at the doctor's on a Friday. Yep, because I had to wait a whole weekend. The whole weekend I'm thinking, here I am telling my family and everything. I'm like, yeah, they trying to say I got cancer and they got to do a biopsy on some of my lymph nodes that were found in my head here and in the back of my neck back here. So I'm like, oh my God, I got cancer the whole weekend. I'm just like praying to every God I know that I don't have cancer. So yeah, that happened.